Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick comparison here between the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the iPhone 7 because obviously these are natural competitors here for 2017. We have also charged both of them to 100%. I think the S8 has lost a point already in terms of the battery, so we can see how the battery endurance does hold up here with the two phones, and we're going to first boot them up at the same time. Fresh boot up here. Whoops, let's try that again, and we can see how they power down. And then let's start them up at the same time when they've shut down. It does take the iPhone quite a while to shut down usually, so we'll just wait for it a little bit, and then let's start them up. Go. So who is going to boot on faster here? Oh, so iPhone 7 is still faster here than the latest Samsung when it comes to the boot up. Very nice performance here from Apple, gotta say. I mean, you can't beat that optimization. It's only a dual core as well. I can't remember the actual name of the processor in the S8, but I mean, it's the latest stuff here, and we're gonna see how they do compare nevertheless in terms of the other stuff. So we have kept this in the where the standard kind of mode. I've not put in performance mode because I think most people day to day are going to use it in optimized mode anyway. So we can see how it does work out of the box, so to speak. So we'll just open up a few apps here, have a look at the speed. So 1 to the iPhone there, 2 to the iPhone, and let's try some others here. Another 1 to the iPhone there. Very nice and snappy performance. Oh, the Samsung struck back then. That was 3-1. I did see that. Similar for that. Similar for that. About the App Store. Go. Oh, Apple again. So that's like 4-1. Weather. Apple again. 5-1. Camera. It's slightly snappier there on the right, I gotta say. So I think we can move on to the heavier apps now. Samsung comes back here, 5-2, looks like. So I think that was a Samsung, only just. Extreme Asphalt here. Oh, 5-3. So you can see the games seem to be better on the Apple, on the Android, shall I say, the Android cam. But no, this one looks like it's opening on the iPhone a bit faster. Slightly different. Yeah, I think that was the iPhone then. So that is very nice. And finally, we do have Sims. Again, iPhone here. So 2-2 to the games, but you can see overall I think the iPhone has won the speed test in terms of your day-to-day apps. We're going to check out the Wi-Fi performance as well. A lot of people like to see that. So we'll start with the iPhone. I can't remember if we get the Snapdragon or the Exynos model. I think we get the Exynos S8 here in Europe, so do bear that in mind. But you can see the Wi-Fi very decent here. Hasn't even lost a percentage when it comes to the battery, the iPhone. But then again, some people do say it takes a while for it to start draining, so you know, we do bear that in mind. It does look pretty awesome though in terms of the battery, I gotta say. So 97% on the S8. I definitely think could have fit a bigger battery in there, you know, 3500 or something. But it's a very compact phone nevertheless, and you can see the Wi-Fi is stunningly good compared to the iPhone here. Gotta say, I mean, look at that. Let's give the iPhone another chance to redeem itself. You know, we do want to be fair. And I've also taken them apart a little bit. Some people say it can interfere when they're too close. But you can see not able to match the S8 here. And I think the S8 comes with some nice new tech when it comes to the data connection as well. So a little bit faster. I think it supports gigabit connections now or something. So very nice Wi-Fi performance here on the S8. We're going to check out as well some page loads, because that's like your day-to-day kind of usage, real world. Whoops, let's try that again. So let's go to Google and let's go. So that looked a little bit snappier on the left there. I have cleared the cache on both of them, and you know, the history, etc. So you can see it looks like the iPhone's loaded this a little bit faster here. You know, I gotta say, I mean, that was a very incredible performance on the iPhone in terms of loading the pictures, etc. So that is very remarkable. Let's just zoom in a little bit here so you can see. So what can we click on? Little link here. Which one shall we click on? Let's doesn't seem to be anything good news today, everything bad news. Let's just click on something interesting. So the Samsung a little bit snappier there. What about another one? GSM Arena. And go. Samsung again here. So you can see, I think Samsung does have its own browser, and that means that it can, you know, increase the performance, like the optimization, which is good. And we're just doing one more here. Apple coming back for the Verge. So I think that's 2-1 to the iPhone here, which is very surprising, gotta say. Maybe it's the screen resolution. Obviously it's not the highest on the iPhone, but very nice performance. You gotta give it to Apple here. Finally, we're just gonna have a look at the multitasking, see if the latest Samsung can handle the RAM. And so far it looks pretty good. Whoops, wrong app. Let's try a different one. So quite similar here, gotta say. Not a huge difference in terms of the, you know, these basic apps. And which one can we try? This one. Yeah, so not any reloading, which is good. About the camera, gotta get a quick snap of something. Looks like the iPhone a little bit snappier there. I did see a little bit of judder on TouchWiz. Old TouchWiz up to its old tricks again. And you can see both go into the game very quick. Yeah, this one. A little bit of judder again on the Samsung. I think the iPhone is a little bit better here in terms of the multitasking, you know. And I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible. I mean, it just seems to. I mean, you gotta remark on it though. I mean, the level of optimization here is amazing. On so which one haven't we opened? Where's the sim? So yeah, I think I've got a bit confused with these games here. So you can see this. That's probably why some of them are a bit weird, but I think generally you can see the iPhone has done pretty well standing up to the latest Samsung here in terms of you know, everything except for the Wi-Fi speed, which was a little bit low in comparison. Another thing I was quite interested in was the camera tech. Obviously we do get, I think, the same camera pretty much in the S8 with better software processing this year. And you know, I did do a little test in the good light as well as the low light just to see if we could see any differences, and we can just have a look at the results here. So I did start off with like a selfie shot here, and I gotta say I think these selfie shots are pretty comparable, you know, not a huge difference there. One great thing about the S8 is you can actually do 4K front-facing video, which is pretty mind-blowing. I don't think any other phone can do that, but if we just go to some low-light shots, we can see this is where the Samsung really does stand out. You know, there's less lens kind of blurs, less grain compared to the iPhone. The iPhone does an admirable job, but it just can't keep up with the Samsung here. You know, making these back alleys look amazing. Really high detailed, nice shots. So you can also have a look at you know, the good light shots, which again I'd say the Samsung just gives you that bit more colour. You know, the photos looked a little bit washed out on the iPhone compared to the Samsung generally. So that's what I found. So I definitely do see some improved software processing, but I don't think the change from the Note 7 to the S8 is that big, you know, in comparison to, like, for example, the S5 to the S6. So you're probably not going to see a massive difference, but I think Apple does need to, you know, improve in terms of the camera here, because they are being left behind a little bit. You know, I think generally you can also see a massive difference in terms of the 4K with the iPhone, a little bit more basic in comparison to the Samsung. So I think the iPhone did an admirable job trying to keep up here, but is thoroughly outclassed when it comes to the camera experience at the moment. Definitely looking forward to what the iPhone 8 can bring, see if it can catch up again to Samsung here. So overall, I'm definitely loving what I'm seeing here on the Samsung. It feels like a fresh experience, from the ground up in terms of the design, the software, etc. But you can see the raw performance still can't match iOS here. It still can't match Apple, what it's bringing to the table day to day, and that's despite having the latest processor, more RAM, etc. So they definitely could work on that. In every other capacity though, in terms of the screen, in terms of the form factor here, this phone just completely kills the iPhone at the moment, in my opinion. It's just no comparison. We've seen some leaked kind of photos of the iPhone 8 which look like they're going to actually make a massive change to design, which I think is basically pressure from Samsung, forcing this change, because they can't go on with this, like 720p display when you've got beautiful devices coming out like this from Samsung at the end of the day. So really digging, what the S8 is bringing to the table here. We'll be doing some other comparisons as well with some other phones like the LG G6, etc. So do stay tuned for that. Hope you found this one helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.